it's a creepy mask, right? Imagine going to a theater production where all the audience members wears this mask, and not only wears this mask, but are walking around a warehouse that's very dimly lit, around corners, you know, you just run into people randomly and they all have this mask on. It can be kind of creepy. But I'm here to tell you about a theater production that I went and saw this evening in Chelsea, New York. It's called Sleep No More, if you want to look it up. I highly recommend you look it up. But it's put on by a British company called Punch Drunk, and it's an immersive style theater production, which means you can interact with the props, you can get in the actors' spaces. Sometimes you can touch the actors, like, I mean, not like all the time, like I wouldn't go up and pet them or anything crazy. Sometimes you do get close enough where they'll come up to you and touch you. But even if you're in the space, like, it doesn't change anything, in any part of the story. It doesn't, they continue to act around you. They will continue to act the whole time. They never go out of character, which I think is really awesome. But anyway, so I'm gonna make this quick video to let you know about what to expect, and kind of just let you know how awesome it is. I'm not gonna go into much details about how I felt about the production, how it made me feel, or how it made me feel during the production, and, you know, kind of pushing me to my limits, just because I don't want to stress that my experience is something that you're gonna experience, and I don't want anyone to be like, oh, I don't want to experience that, or, you know, I don't know, I just don't want to scare anyone off about like how I felt about it, because you will probably feel a completely different way. But it's so awesome, it's so worth it, like, it's worth every penny. So you get this mask, and you get this playing card, and sometimes you'll get other things, like I got this cool feather, which I was really exciting. That's not guaranteed to get anything extra, but yeah, so I'm just gonna like walk through what will happen, what to expect, and I won't give any spoiler alerts. Like, I mean, it's really hard to spoil it because you can see it, and I can tell you, but when you see it and when you're there, it's totally different than hearing it. So anyway, so you buy your ticket online and you sign up for your selected time slot. It's $142, I believe, for the basic ticket, which I bought because I'm basic. No, I'm just kidding. I don't like to spend more than I have to, and it's so worth it just getting the basic ticket. If you want to reserve a table, I think that's what it is. You maybe get complimentary drinks, but it's like it gets kind of pricey. But just the basic ticket's enough. Excuse me. So you go to this warehouse in Chelsea, like I said. And it's created to look like a hotel. So you go in, you give them your name, you have to check in, you pay $4, check in your bags, your pocketbooks, your jackets. I put my phone in there because you're not allowed to have any devices on you. I guess you can have them on you, but you're not allowed to use them, because I saw people with them, but I just put it in my bag just to put it away. And then you go and you tell them what your name is, and they give you this key card. Because when you check into a hotel, you get a key card, usually to get in your door, but this is your key card to the production. So I was in group 3. So it's basically just to separate you by groups to go into the production, because they don't release everyone at one time. So you go, you get your key card, you go sit down, and then you wait until everyone kind of arrives at the hotel, and then you go on basically a tour. That's what they kind of call it, tour of the hotel. And then a gentleman will get up and will say, call out your number and say, it's your time to go tour the hotel. They will pull you into an elevator, and they give you these masks. That's when you get your mask. You tighten it on your head, and you cannot take it off while you're in the theater, or not theater, but while you're in the warehouse. You can't take it off. And it really helps you separate, or it separates the audience from the cast or actors, because it gets really, it doesn't get confusing, but like when you see someone sitting there, and then you kind of like go to their face and they have a mask, and you're like, oh, like I don't need to stay in here any longer than, if I don't want to, because they're not doing anything for they're not an actor, and you don't have to follow them, obviously. So you're in a elevator. They release you. It's very dimly lit, but something awesome about this production is that you can follow, you know, if you just want to go look at the rooms, if you just want to go look at the props in the, like in places, if you know, if you want to start off doing that, you can do that. Whenever you start to see something happening, you can go follow that. I really try to follow one person for a good while so I can see their storyline and see, you know, how they reacted with other people throughout a while or throughout the thing, because that's part of it, is you can follow actors as well. So, you know, if there's a fight scene or like something happening and two characters or two actors leave the, you know, the main area, they're continue to be, you know, continue on the scenes, but in, you know, two different situations. So you could follow whichever one that you kind of lean more towards, or like whichever one you liked more of their storyline. So you go follow them and you go see like, well, what after that, what did they do, and then kind of like the rest of their story, and then you can keep doing that, and you keep doing that, and you keep doing it, and they keep replaying the scenes, I think 3 or 4 times. So like it'll kind of all come back together, and you're like, oh, I've already seen this, but you could see the same scene and then leave following other people to get a different background of like different people's stories from that one scene, if that makes sense. Yeah. And I did follow a couple people around, and they are fast. Boy, was I sweating. I was running up and downstairs because whenever they are going to somewhere else, they're gone. And if you're not 5 steps behind them, you lost them, because there's so many cuts and turns, and there's rooms that you don't know are rooms until they like pull you in and shut the door. And so yeah, it gets really exciting because like you're like chasing them almost, and then they stop and you're just like, okay, what's about to happen? But it's just really exciting, and you don't know what's gonna happen. And it's also based primarily off of Shakespeare's Macbeth. So that's kind of like a background of like what's going on, but it's not followed it directly, but it's based off of it. I don't know that much about that story from Shakespeare, so I don't think that really affected me at all. I was gonna read the Cliff Notes, but I didn't. I probably will next time. But yeah, so then after you follow around, you can take breaks too. You can go to the lobby. I did take one break because I was so hot. Like, I had to get a water because I was like, I can't run up and down these stairs without some water. I'm so out of shape. So I did go in there, and this guy was like, are you like looking for something? Because it kind of probably still looked like I was thinking I was still in the scenes, but I knew I wasn't. I was just getting water, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna get some water, and then I'm gonna go back. And he's like, okay. And they're all so nice. I was gonna say super, and then I said so. So yeah, so nice, and they're helpful. And yeah, I cannot express how awesome this production was, and how much I think you should go to it if you can, and if you're interested in that style or that type of thing. Yes, if you ever come to New York and you want to do something for a few hours, I think I was in there for 3 hours. You could literally leave after an hour if like you walk through and you're just kind of like, oh, I kind of get it, you know, I'm not really interested. It could happen. I'm not gonna say that that's not good or that you didn't enjoy it. You could have very much enjoyed it, but you could last up probably, I would say an hour would be the shortest amount of time, maybe an hour to 3 hours, and I was in there for 3 hours. They do like have a kind of a final scene where you know it's the final scene. I didn't really know kind of until the end because I thought it was the same scene I had already seen, but it was changed a little bit. But I did see it, and they did shut off, like, because like, usually you can walk around even when the scene's going on, if you're not interested in what's going on, if you want to continue to walk around. But all the doors were blocked off, so I was like, oh, I bet this is the last scene. And then they played music, and then you're just kind of like, okay, it's time to go. So you can't just like sleep in the hotel, because you just can't sleep in the hotel. But I just wanted to say, I think that it would be beneficial for everyone to go to it. It really challenges you. It it's just such an awesome experience. And to walk around in this mask and to see everyone else walking around in this mask, and you don't know who it is around you, they don't know what your face is doing underneath it. It's cool. It's an awesome experience. I want to go back again. I'm so glad my friend, she recommended it, and now I'm recommending to you all, whoever watches this video, I recommend you to go to this production called Sleep No More in Chelsea. Please go, please go. Please look up more videos. Like, I know I'm not the greatest at doing videos. I've tried before, not the best, but I'm just trying to put out there how awesome this production is. And then one more note before I go is this feather. Like I said, this is not guaranteed an extra, little souvenir, I guess you could call it. I got pulled for a one-on-one, which is not guaranteed, but it is something that happens. So if you are getting up and close in the scenes, and they can kind of like pinpoint the ones that are like trying to get involved in it. Sometimes the actors will pull you, will grab your hand and will pull you into a room, and will do something like one-on-one with you. And I don't want to go into details of like what happened with me. It's nothing bad or anything, but it's just, and it's not going to happen to you if you don't want it to happen to you. If you're standing in the back and you're not trying to make eye contact, if you're acting like you're kind of timid, they're not going to just pull you. They're not going to make you feel uncomfortable. But the ones that, I was a bold character, which means like I would go up to the front every time. If someone was standing, if the crowd was kind of standing back, like I would walk around and be like, I want to be involved in this because I paid money and I want to see everything, and I want to be into everything that I can, get my money's worth. But yeah, and it felt good that he kind of appreciated that, because it was a really awesome scene that it was the best scene to get pulled from, and I really like this character, and I might follow him on social media because they are all actors and they are listed on the website. So I might go try to find him because he is awesome, and I kind of want to follow him in his acting career, because he's really he's amazing, amazing. But anyway, so you'll at least all leave with these two souvenirs, your playing card and your mask, and you get to leave with everything that it does to your mind. It opens up and makes you think, and that is an awesome thing by itself. That was the only thing you got. That helping your brain out is the best thing to take away. So I'm just gonna say again, I really recommend going to see Sleep No More, and look it up. And if you go, let me know if I was one of the reasons you went. I mean, probably not. I bet no one's gonna contact me, but if you do go and you want to talk to someone about it, hit me up, because I'm so down to talk about how I feel about things, and this is one of them. And I'm probably gonna talk to my friend multiple times about how we feel about this production, and we're probably gonna go back, which is really exciting. But anyways, talk to you later.